Yo no hice nada.
Why don't we get a bill that can end this? It doesn't matter if they're citizens or not. If they're living in a certain area, the electoral vote goes up, gets more power.
The New York City migrant crisis has only gotten worse, and now dealing with issues of prostitution to open-air markets of used and stolen goods, New Yorkers are extremely upset, and now the city's offering free flights for migrants to leave the city, and some are even deciding to deport themselves back to their original country. To start this video, we are going to Roosevelt Avenue. It's an avenue that has been taken over by migrants and illegal businesses. Here you can find anything from women offering themselves for pleasuring services to stolen goods from Home Depot. A lot of things have been said about this avenue that I'm on right now. It's Roosevelt Avenue. It's not where the Roosevelt Hotel is. It's a completely different avenue, a different place here in Queens. And here on Roosevelt Avenue, a lot of people are saying there's prostitution going on. A lot of reports have came from Roosevelt Avenue that migrants and that a lot of other people are stealing stuff from stores and then setting up shops outside of these shops, selling for a lot cheaper prices. For example, a lot of people say you can come here and you can buy stuff from Home Depot for about 25% of the price. And on the street, it was filled with flags from Ecuador to stores from Guatemala and Venezuela and Colombia. And it didn't take long before we found the vendors that were reselling the goods from other stores, or it looked like secondhand clothing. Everyone has put out their own basically garage sales here out on the street right here. And they're selling literally anything from shoes to cable wires and remotes. And one of the street vendors was nice enough to talk to me. And so how long have you been selling here on the street?
Como aproximadamente un año tengo.
And does the city let you guys sell here?
No. Nosotros vendemos así de ambulante por oportunidad.
And what kind of things are you guys selling here?
Vendemos ropa usada.
And what happens when the police come?
Recogemos y nos vamos.
And what percentage of people here on the street do you believe are migrants that came here in the last 3 to 4 years?
Uy, todos los que están aquí. Yo creo que yo soy casi de los únicos que tengo documento aquí, que yo tengo 30 años en Estados Unidos. Okay. Pero yo creo que ahora mismo aquí todos los que están aquí, lo único que tiene documentos soy yo. Todos son inmigrantes casi.
Diría que 95% de la gente que anda en esta calle son inmigrantes ilegales.
Es correcto, sí. Es correcto.
So all this stuff you guys are selling, is it used or is it stolen, or how are you guys getting all this?
Nosotros vendemos puras cosas usadas, cosas que nos regalan, cosas que a veces conseguimos porque hay casas que los dejan afuera y así, pero esto no es robado, esto es todo lo que conseguimos o muchas personas nos regalan.
La gente que trabajan adentro, que son los dueños de este negocio, ¿ellos se enojan con ustedes vendiendo aquí o todo está bien?
Sí, en realidad a ellos les molesta porque ellos dicen que las personas que venden aquí sacan las cosas de las tiendas para venderlas afuera y que de cierta forma le estamos perjudicando, pero como pueden ver, ustedes que están aquí, aquí no hay nada de tienda, todo es usado, todo lo que está aquí, ropa usada, juguetes usados, todo es usado.
Okay. ¿Tienen permiso para estar aquí en la calle aquí?
No tenemos permiso porque nosotros hemos ido y hemos asistido a reuniones, pero nos dicen que ya los permisos no los están dando, que hay mucho exceso de ambulantes y que ya los permisos por ahora no los están dando. Okay. Y para sobrevivir pues nos toca trabajar así, vender así. Sabemos que estamos contra la ley, eso lo sabemos muy bien porque estamos en Estados Unidos, que estamos haciendo mal, pero es una manera de sobrevivir porque en realidad sin permiso de trabajo nadie tampoco quiere dar trabajo, entonces es una forma de trabajar.
How has the street changed in the past 3 to 5 years?
Oh, I could see now there is a lot of people who have like a lot of things to sell, but I don't think it's convenient for us.
3 years ago, was this happening? Were there people here selling in the streets?
Honestly, no.
Do you think it's because all these migrants have came here and they're not getting work permits?
Yeah, I think so.
And what percentage of these people that are selling and the people here on the street would you say that are migrants that have entered in the country in the past 3 to 5 years?
Absolutely right. I think that is happening right now because those people who just entered, they're selling those kind of stuff.
Illegal street vendors is only one of the major issues on this avenue. The major issue is the business of selling or lending out your body for some cash.
I've seen teenage boys go up to the prostitutes.
Men are led downstairs to a brothel on a regular basis.
This is turning into a red light district in Bangkok.
We are seeing more Latina women doing prostitution. I think those women have no other options.
Some are Venezuelan, Colombian, and they are having their own massage parlors alongside with the Asians.
And outside one of the local markets inside the avenue, I found some ladies trying to get some business. Now, if you guys look to my right, there's some women of the night that are trying to get some money. Never know who's behind me, so just keep walking here in the dodgy streets of New York City. And as I turned the corner, there's another group of ladies. However, this group of ladies were not very happy with me and they came and chased me down. Yo estoy haciendo un vlog. Yo soy... Yo no hice nada. I did a walk by trying to show you guys who's talking and they came after me. I think one of the guys that's pimping them out saw that I was filming. They came over and they try to get me to delete the video. Here on the street of Roosevelt, it's a little bit crazy. It's a madhouse here. And the video only gets crazier from here. I get into a heated debate between two New Yorkers, and I find this migrant who is deporting herself back to Ecuador. Because of the influx of migrants inside the city, New York City is now offering free flights to all migrants in hopes of them leaving to lessen the stress on the city's resources. Just read this sign outside of one of New York City's main shelters. It says, "Did you know we can book you a travel ticket anywhere outside New York City? No need to wait in line. Just tell the front door staff you'd like to get a travel." In models of transport, they can get you a bus, train, flight, or car service. And all you need to say is that you're a migrant trying to get out of New York City, because they're trying to get all the migrants out of New York City because they've let in over almost 200,000 migrants, and now they're running out of resources, and they are literally trying to ship out migrants of New York City across America. And this is printed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different languages. I wanted to see what would happen if I went to the front doors and tried to get a plane ticket myself. How do I get a travel ticket?
Travel ticket?
Yeah, I was just reading the sign. I get a free travel ticket.
Only for migrants.
Only for migrants?
Unless you're a migrant, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say you're not one, but you're a migrant.
So I can walk in there if I wanted to?
Migrants.
Only migrants can walk in. Can I enter?
You have ID?
Yeah, I got ID.
Not that kind of ID, like this kind of ID. You have ID? This.
And all the migrants had wristbands or some other form of ID were able to get in. And one of the main security guards came down and he shut the door and told the employee that was talking to me he couldn't talk to me anymore. Ahora mismo se va a entrar para conseguir un nuevo boleto. ¿Y a dónde quiere ir?
Voy para acá, para esta.
Va para Pennsylvania.
Sí.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
A chambear para allá.
Okay, entonces le van a comprar un boleto para ir a Pennsylvania.
Obvio, claro.
And you as a New Yorker, what do you think about what's going on here in New York City with all the migrants?
Well, I think it's hard for everyone right now. And whatever been happening right now, we're not ready for it. But if I can help somebody, I will.
Do you see a lot of discrimination happening between the migrants and like the New Yorkers here?
In New York, you will see everything. You know, it's something you have to adapt yourself to be New York.
Yeah.
You're gonna see everything. I don't know this guy. This guy, I just show him love. You know what I'm saying? I just bring him here, and now he's singing his own. So I hope everything get better. You know, New York is tough, but we have a good heart too. So
hundreds of migrants from African countries are rallying down at City Hall.
Recently, a large group of African migrants protested outside the City Hall building, complaining about their quality of life and the long wait times to receive work permits. I met with one of those migrants to see what was actually happening with his life. How long have you been here inside the United States for?
Well, since 25 October 2023.
And since that time, have you been able to get a job here inside New York City?
No, I don't have a job yet.
And when do you think you'll be able to get a job?
Well, I think when I have my social security and my working permit.
Okay, and when will you get your social security?
Well, I don't know yet because I just deposit my asylum. Then said we can wait for 150 days or 180 days. So I'm waiting. I'm abiding by the rules and the regulation of the country. So I'm waiting for my working permit. I think that's why they allow me to work, so I can find a job.
And on the other side of the shelter, there's a homeless man who was frustrated after being kicked out of the shelter for not being a migrant. What's this bus here for right now?
They're gonna take them to a hotel. And me, American citizen, born and raised here, Avenue D, I'm going to Battery Park to sleep on the bench.
So do you think what's going on is right?
You know what, man? Let me say, this is... Oh.
No, you can swear. You can swear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. We need the orange man back in office, Trump.
Why do you need Trump?
Because I need that man, the orange dude, to close the border. And you know, Democrats are full of shit. I was a Democrat, but I'm starting to realize Democrats give welfare, food stamps. You know, the illegals coming in now. You know what Democrats are doing with them? Just for votes. That's what Democrats do. They're gonna legalize them quick, citizen.
Or why do you think they're letting so many people come into America right now through the border?
Absolutely, I can tell you that, and I wrote it in my book. He doesn't care about 100,000 Americans dying from fentanyl. He wants to vote, because it doesn't matter if they're citizens or not. If they're living in a certain area, the electoral vote goes up, gets more power. So the Democrats want to control America. They want to control the vote. They don't even want us to vote for Trump. That's why they're trying to block us right now and throw Trump in prison.
If you were Donald Trump, would you have slept with Stormy Daniels as well?
Hey, he's not supposed to go to prison because they had an affair. Is anybody supposed to go to prison because they cheated on their wife? No, of course not. He has a high sex drive. Biden doesn't have sex. Biden can't even ride a bike.
So now here in New York City, they're sending off the migrants to other states. And why are they doing that?
Well, not that they send them here to other states, but also be like, you know, the system can only help but so much. New York has a budget. It can only provide for, you know, but so many people. Them extra ones, what do? Hey, well, you know what? You know, some humanitarian aid, man. You guys understand that? You know, you guys have maybe some housing. You know, maybe some even shelters, so you can provide. You got space where you can provide housing for them. So we're gonna send some over there.
A lot of people say, well, New York City is a sanctuary city. It's their responsibility to house all these people. And now they're just moving the problem to other states.
Well, it's not that, because it's being overwhelmed. Anything in excess is harmful. And obviously, too many people, you know, but there's only so much money. Obviously, what do you do with them extra ones? Well, you can let them you can let them sit around and what, sleep on park benches. We can let them do that. But are we really helping them? So why not send them somewhere? Ain't nothing wrong with sending them somewhere else that has less or has the space that can, you know, that they can take them in. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What happens when it's a Republican state and they say, well, we're anti-illegal immigrants, but then they're shipping off the illegal immigrants to these Republican states? So
what they're saying is that, listen, we're racist. We're racist and we're gonna stay racist. Instead of saying, well, you know what, they come from South America, you know, we can help them. But then again, if you say, hey, listen, we're gonna help you, but you gotta go somewhere else maybe after you get up on your feet. We give you put some money together, maybe, you know, get you a ticket, you know, go maybe back to New York or maybe somewhere else. You know what I mean? Do that, and, you know, take them in, even if it was a limited amount of time, and then shoot them on. But don't just plain and simple, don't send them here. What you're doing is you're defending your racism. You don't want them. They're immigrants from South America, and like Trump said, they're from Congo. They're from, you know, they're from Muslim countries. They're poisoning the blood, and so we don't want them here. And really, Republicans too. They're showing you that they are racist, and they're going to defend their racism, and they don't want the immigrants in there, you know. But take them in for a certain amount of time, and then get rid of them. At least help us out in that sense. But no, they don't.
Why don't they just close the border?
Because the Republicans didn't want to.
Couldn't Joe Biden have just came up with an executive order and shut down the whole entire border?
Why executive order? Why is it that? Why don't we get a bill that can end this? Because executive order can, you know, then Trump gets in there and he can that executive order can be gone. He can get rid of that, and, you know, why not a bill? Let's a bill that'll solve this thing forever. Let's get a bill that'll solve this thing forever, once and for all.
And sir, do you think Biden should have done an executive order to close down the border?
He can do it, but the thing is that he owned even his underwear to China and other people. George Soros, and the problem is, as he said, you know, they can sign a fact, an executive order, shut down. What was the premises that they have? They want that only 5,000, and shut up that day. Okay, if you try to make the ad, the Zoom, 5,000 per day, it's gonna be a huge hunk, a million of people cross the border just in 1 year. So what about that they shut down the border, put, you know, a big wall, whatever it is, you know, and avoid that. And those countries where they came from try to send soldiers to try to fix the government, so they don't have any excuse to come here. Because as Trump said before, if your country where you're coming from doesn't have a lot of corruption and crimes, you will not be here.
I went to another popular shelter inside the city and I found a migrant sitting on the ground, stranded with papers in her hands. We're outside the Row Hotel right now. These people just gave me their papers because they don't know what's going on. It's a guide for resources, and this lady is from Ecuador and she's trying to leave because she cannot get work here. ¿Por qué viniste aquí a los Estados Unidos?
Por ver una vida mejor, le digo, por trabajar. Yo quise trabajar porque en Ecuador no tengo nada. O sea, yo quise ver, como vi en el TikTok, que salía tantas cosas que hay hasta para lavar baños, así. Pero aquí no hay nada, no hay nada. O sea, yo estoy 4 meses, busco y busco y busco. Me puse a vender mejor caramelitos, chicles, eso estoy vendiendo yo. Entonces ya no aguanto más, mejor ya me voy a mi país.
Entonces, ¿su vida era peor aquí en Nueva York que era ahí en Ecuador?
Sí, yo pensaba que era un poquito más bueno, ¿no? Porque aquí los arriendos también son carísimos, entonces para mí solita, que estoy yo sola, no me quieren ni dar ni chesters, nada, entonces miles de veces me voy a mi Ecuador.
¿Cómo llegaste aquí a los Estados Unidos?
Por la selva, caminando, viniendo por la frontera, por Acandil, así.
¿Y cuánto tenía que pagar los carteles y para todo para que podría llegar aquí?
Yo gasté total 400, ¿cómo es 400? 400,000, solita yo, para pagar coyotero, todo eso.
¿Ahora vas a regresar a Ecuador con más dinero que tenía o menos ahora?
Menos, me voy con 1,000. Por eso estoy pidiendo ayudas que me regalen el vuelo.
¿Piensa que hay más migrantes como usted que han llegado aquí y han tomado la decisión de volver a su país porque está peor aquí?
Sí, bastantes compañeros míos están ya regresando a Ecuador.
¿Podría compartir un mensaje con todos los migrantes y los migrantes que están viniendo aquí a los Estados Unidos, especialmente a Nueva York? ¿Qué sería su mensaje?
Que no se vengan porque todo parece que es bonito, pero es mentira.
Cuando usted hizo eso a cruzar ilegalmente, ¿pensaba que iba a recibir beneficios por hacer algo como un delito?
Claro, yo pensé que todo lo que yo vi así por TikTok era verdad, pero ha sido mentira, porque yo también vine por trabajar, a mí me gusta trabajar de todo, pero no encuentro ninguna manera. Por eso, disculpe, aquí se ha hecho esto que roban mucho, aquí roban.
¿Quién roba?
Los que no tienen así para las comidas, para poderse vestir, entonces, por eso como no hago nada, mejor ya me voy yo a Ecuador.
Wow, what an interesting ending, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I will be responding to your comments down below. This is Nick, and I'll see you next video.